separate. A little bit of contact there from Scott. He muscles his way past.
Contact.
To the back of...
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, and welcome to a brand new season for the V8 Supercar Americas series. This is V8's Online, and we're getting excited to bring you some great action from Watkins Glen to kick off the Season 2 2014 season. I'm JD Smith. With me this afternoon is Kane Kraft, and what I can't even talk, I'm so excited. A fantastic slate of events. And we want to let you know that this broadcast is brought to you by the V8 Supercar Fan Group, Direct Clutch Services, and V8's Online. And as always, we're brought to you in beautiful high definition. Man, once again, I'm JD Smith. Kane, I got you here with me, buddy. We're here to start a brand new season at the Glen. I can't wait to see what is in store for this new season.
I can't agree more. I'm very excited. This is going to be such a great season. So much has went on in the past week without a broadcast. We had our invitational last week that was such a fantastic event. We broadcast the event for SDC, and we had the guest interview with Sean Cole, a live video interview between you and Sean Cole. Both you guys got some video time there. It was excellent broadcast. It went over really well. The whole interview was just fantastic. And we had the Race of Champions, and Madison Down ended up taking home the Race of Champions on the Australian side of things last week, and that was amazing. There was 4 races. Josh Muggleton won the first 3 of the races, and Madison Down only won the last one, but he finished right up there second place on all the races. And in the final race, Josh Muggleton had some troubles. He came on 11th, and that was just enough to push Madison up into that top spot. So congratulations to Madison Down on a Race of Champions 8th victory. That was pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, congratulations to Madison Down, a name that is definitely highly recognized in the V8 Supercar. He is definitely a household name, Kane, and it's really exciting to see him do well in that Race of Champions. Got some other great news around the iRacing community, Kane, is you were talking and telling me a little bit about a little real-world driving. What happens when iRacing turns to real-world dreams? Tell us a little bit about Justin Ruggier.
Yeah, true. Justin Ruggier had his first race over the weekend, and I think he took second place, if I'm not mistaken. So that's fantastic. He's racing the 3rd generation V8 Supercar, a 3rd generation ago, I guess. It's not the current car tomorrow. It's not what they're running in the Dunlop series, but it's what they ran in the Dunlop series before last year. So that's when it's a championship car, 2006 championship car that was run by Kelly in his championship season. And so that's where Justin Ruggier's racing at, and I was looking for some video footage of it, and I can't find any anywhere, but I would have loved to have shown some video footage of Justin in that car. It was pretty awesome to see. I got to see some pictures of it and read the race recap of it, and very proud of our own community, Justin Ruggier. You know, anytime someone from our own community does well in real life events or even in online competitions, you know, it's always good to showcase them, let them know that we as a community stand behind them, and it's just awesome to see Justin getting into a real car and doing as well as he has.
It just goes to show you, Kane, what this simulator can do, the things that it really can help with once we get out on the real track. It really is amazing. You know, physics are real, and that's one of the things I love about a simulator is they put in so much hard work and effort to make sure that we get the most realistic simulator possible. And when these guys put literally hours and hours, and let's say another hours and hours and hours and hours, you get the point. And people literally put just hundreds and hundreds of hours into practicing in these cars on these tracks, these laser scan tracks, and it really helps. When you have pros that use this service, that tells you right there. I mean, in the highest level of racers come in and use this servers. Now, some drivers came, we don't see racing in here a lot because they have their own private versions of the simulator that they get sent to their race shop or wherever, and they can get in this their own little test session or their own uh, kind of like they have at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They have their own little unique version of iRacing, and but that just goes to show you how incredibly real this simulator is and how it's a tool that can help you prepare for real world racing. And that right there in itself gives it all the credibility in the world that it needs, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and this ain't the first time. Last year we seen Madison Down win the competition, the Race to Reality competition. He got to go race a Aussie car, and he did a fantastic job. He finished, I think, ninth in the race that he did there. I can't think of the name of the track that he was on there, but it was I can picture the track in my head, and it was really one of the toughest tracks. And he did a fantastic job. And so we're seeing lots of iRacing drivers go into the real world and show that they can do this. Of course, both Justin Ruggier and Madison Down have both had real world experience. Also, they didn't just drive on iRacing, they've had real car experience. But still, they both went, they got challenged to go into a real car and do this, and they did it, and they did a phenomenal job.
That's great news. Great story right there. Now we take the focus a little bit away from the big names over on the Australian side, and we're going to focus back a little bit towards the V8 Supercar Americas season. We want to congratulate one more time the defending two-time champion here in Marlon McMullen, who finished off the Season 1 2014 season with another championship in a very close battle with Chad Chastain. It ended in the last week of the season, and my goodness, it went down to the wire and made for a great finale at Oran Park just 2 weeks ago. These guys have had one off week to prepare for the start of the new season, and my goodness, we normally see the Glen Kane usually 3/4 of the way down the schedule. Usually it's one of the later in the season races. No, sir, we're going to kick off our season at the Glen with the classic boot configuration. This is going to be something special here on this 25-lap race to kick off the Season 2 2014 season. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't either. We've seen it in race 3, I think, last season, and it seemed like it was perfect timing at race 3, but to start the season off, this is going to be amazing. What a perfect track to start the season off with.
Yeah, a lot of things are going to be in the books. Today, one of the things I love about starting a new season, Kane, is everybody is at 0. We're all at 0 points. We're all in first place. The hopes and dreams of guys that really want to step up and do well this season. I know a couple guys that had really rough seasons last year and would like to really step up to the plate this year. They get a clean slate and can start fresh. On the other hand, Kane, you look at a guy like Chad Chastain, and a guy that literally almost clinched that title and won the championship, but just fell shy. He's got to be itching to get back out there and get started on this climb back towards the top. He's got to do it all over again and somehow get ahead of Marlon McMullen. It's going to be fun to watch. And here's the thing. We've seen the repeat from Marlon McMullen. Can we see the three-peat? That would be very, very impressive. Marlon McMullen definitely has the skills to get it done. But I think the more that we continue onward in our seasons, we continue to see drivers improving all around as a whole. The V8 Supercar Americas season, just in our short time, has really improved, Kane, over the course of, what has it been, 6 months, 7 months we've been doing this now. We've seen this league, literally the drivers all have improved so much, and we've had big time talent come in with Bo Cattell. John Emerson at times has come in and raced with us, and these guys are hanging with them really nice, and it's becoming a really tight series. The competition is very close, and I can't wait to see how some of these guys do. Another name I'd like to mention is Nigel Baines. Nigel from SDC Motorsport, Kane, had just a really breakthrough season for me. He was my biggest, most improved racer, and I think that he is really going to be a driver to watch out for this season. It seemed he just got into that second and third place spots a lot and just couldn't crack up into the win column a lot. And that's something I think we'll see more of this season. I think you'll start to see Nigel be able to start getting the first place instead of falling in second and third. But the consistency that we saw with Nigel Baines was out of this world. You take a guy that literally the only problems he had last season was connection issues and maybe one bad race. You take all that, I mean, and he virtually had a perfect season as far as consistency and staying up at the top. And that was very, very fun to watch for me. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. We talked also about drivers that have had issues, Kane. And that one that had a really rough season for me last year was Marty Carroll. Marty had a rough season. We've seen Marty win races time and time again, and he just could not stay out of the back of the field last season. I know that he is very anxious to get back out on the track and show everybody what he's made of, because he is a lot more talented than he showed in the past season. He is ready to get back out there and put some time and effort out there and show everybody what he's got. So that'll be fun to see. We also have to talk a little bit about the Kamikaze race team guys. Both of them were outstanding last year. I mean, every race you had to watch out for Mark Anderson and Michael Fulcher. Both of these drivers were phenomenal all season long. You can't help to think that they'll be right back in the same position they were, but this time a little more improved as time enhances ability, and they will be something that everybody needs to watch out for. Well, without further ado, Kane, it's about that time we head over to the Glen here shortly and get season 1 underway. I'm getting real excited on what we're going to see tonight and see who will show up for the first race. That's one of the things we always want to know, is who will be in the first race. We saw a couple of big names last season at the start of the year, and you never know what we could see here tonight.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a fantastic race, that's for sure. We've seen with SDC over the break, they've made some significant changes to their team with the addition of Chad Chastain, and some sponsorship changes with them as well. So I know we're going to see some good things through with SDC Motorsports. And like you mentioned, Kamikaze guys, they're going to be back trying to do well this season. I think we'll see some of the tag guys back this season. Hopefully we'll see John Emerson make a few return races. And with the absence of an Aussie broadcast, we may see quite a few of those Australian drivers getting up on a Saturday morning to race in this broadcasted race.
Absolutely, and really excited to try to get out here to the track. But I'm noticing that I'm having a little bit of issues, Kane. I'm not able to...
Yeah, it's true. There's no spectator. There's no way to get the spectator. We're going to have to hope that we've got a friend in our list that we can find to get on the track with them.
Well, I see several that I have right here, but normally it gives you the option to watch or spectate, or even but all it gives is race now, and it won't let me in. So this
let's give it just a second. I think that because it usually takes an extra minute or two before the watch thing will come up. So I think hopefully that it'll come up in about a minute or so.
Good deal. Hopefully so. We'll hope for the best, because we definitely don't want to have a little issue here to kick off the season. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be out to the track shortly as the guys head out there and get ready to warm up. Kane, we haven't been on the boot configuration for several seasons now. We've run the classic Watkins Glen configuration, and also the Cup configuration that the NASCAR series runs. But we haven't run the classic boot, in forever. I can't remember. It's been several seasons, so it's kind of cool to get back out here to this configuration and see what happens.
Yeah, you're right. I love the boot configuration. I love the short one too, but I really do. I like them both. But there's I've had the most fun on the boot configuration.
Yeah, me too. It's really fun. And I tell you what, buddy, it's given me there we go. I think we'll be able to watch. I think we're going to be good. And so once again, guys, getting ready to head over to the track here shortly, and get ready for this awesome race here at Watkins Glen, New York. And this is, when you talk about Watkins Glen, Kane, you can't help but think this is the most famous road course in America. The Watkins Glen has held so many legendary events, and it's just really cool every time we get to come here. A lot of speed here, a lot of speed. We see so many close times here. It's one of the things I love about it is the field is so tight. Usually we'll have the whole field within a second or two of each other, and that is really something awesome that we don't see everywhere we go.
Yeah, I love that part of Watkins Glen is everybody really seems to like the track, and so there's lots of people that do real well there. And so we see a lot of close racing, and that Watkins Glen is kind of dangerous because the speeds get so high that one little mistake and just a big enough mistake that you end up hitting the wall or something, and your speeds are so high that it destroys the car. So wrecks can be devastational here, but as we know, the guys are really pretty skilled in this series, and so I don't think we'll see too many of the big wrecks.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that those are the thing of the past for a lot of these guys. Unless we see some of the three wide racing, we've seen it before. But I think when we saw the three wide racing here, you really coming through a turn, it's just crazy. But I think when we have seen that at Watkins Glen, it's been when the Glen has been in the schedule, when it was in the latter half of the season, Kane, and points were really hard to come by. Now, as a true racer, you have to consider the first race just as important as the last. Every point counts the same at the end of the year, but naturally, as us being humans, we don't really feel that pressure until we know how much we have to have. So in race one, these guys probably won't be quite as aggressive as they will be later in the season. So that will be really fun just to kind of see how they do in this. As they start to grid up, I'll go ahead and read how we are. Our pole sitter is Sean Kelly. John Emerson is in the house. He's starting second on the outside row. Chad Chastain starting in third. Curtis Chipaway starting in the fourth position. Wayne C. Bork is in fifth. Marlon McMullen starting sixth. Mark Anderson will be starting in the seventh position with Nigel Baines in eighth. Ninth position will be Sam Collins with Michael Fulcher in 10th. Dave Oliver will be in the 11th spot with starting 12th will be Leighton Fine. Graham Bones Filand will be starting 13th with Marty Carroll in 14th. Sam Ryman will be starting in the 15th spot with Bo Cattell in 16th. Michael Yo will be starting 17th and Will Lamb 18th. 19th, Andrew Green, and they're revving up. Let's get this race started. As soon as the green flag drops, our season is underway. The guys roll off, and it's going to be a fantastic start. For the meantime, it's all going to come down to turn one to see how this race starts. Gets kind of tight right behind Marlon McMullen back there in the Daco Ford Falcon. It's going to be about 3 wide through there as the cars start to get sorted out. It's going to be really tight here as we get this race underway.
Sean Kelly and John Emerson have taken off to a pretty substantial lead there. They've got about 4, maybe 5 car lengths on third place Chad Chastain. Marlon McMullen going to the inside of Chad there. Going to back off for the carousel. Chad a little wide there in the Sim Pit Falcon.
Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me.
Yep, I got you now.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but we're back.
The drivers have really closed in at the front. Sean Kelly and John Emerson had a substantial lead. Marlon McMullen has caught up to him. Wayne Burke there chasing down Marlon McMullen. With Curtis Chipway back into the racing this season, he finds himself in the 5th place, right ahead of former teammate Chad Chastain.
Man, it's also really, yeah, it is. You got Sean Kelly up there. He's doing really well right now, leading this pack. It's only lap 2. We have a 25-lap race here, Kane. This is a shorter race here at Watkins Glen. I remember seeing a race where we ran 40-something laps. So this is a shorter race, very intense. These guys don't have time to mess around and wait around. They've got to go from the get-go. Yeah, Mark Anderson down there right now doing okay. He's in the 7th position. You know him, and he's followed by Nigel Baines of SDC Motorsports. Now, Nigel kind of falling back for a second there, Kane. I'm trying to see what's going on with him. He's all right now, but he's got Sam Collins right there on his bumper, and that's the battle for 8th position. Ooh, back there in the back, we got side-by-side racing going on, and it is between Leighton Fine, and he just got passed by Bo Cattell. So Bo Cattell now in the number 4 Tag NZ Motorsport machine is starting to move up through the field. Side by side now, here comes Bo Cattell, makes another pass around the Sam Ryman in, excuse me, I thought that was Sam Ryan. That I was mistaken. Got some new paint schemes I'm going to have to get used to. That was actually Bones Filand, and then that's exactly, Bones has got the blue Nissan this time around. I like that a lot. Yeah, Kane, part of the new season, we got to get used to the new paints.
Yeah, and there's several of them here in the race tonight. I think Sean Kelly might be in a new paint.
Yeah, Sean Kelly in the hybrid racing simulations paint, and it looks really cool. I like that one. He's out in the lead, so we'll check that one out.
Glad to see Sean Kelly join the Americas Series, at least for this first race here. Hopefully he'll stick around for the entire series.
Kane, big news. Chad Chastain not on the service right now. Big problem. He was running in 3rd. I do not have a visual of him on the track.
Yeah, you're right. He is not there. Interesting piece of information there. Chad Chastain is out of the race for whatever reason.
Now, I want you to really look at a paint scheme for me. Look at Curtis Chipway and see if you can see his purple paint scheme with the Rest in Peace Can-Am on it. How about that, buddy?
Curtis Chipway, a Can-Am driver for many years. He was one of the original drivers there with Can-Am, and those guys won many races together. He and Chad Chastain. Ray, I can't think of Ray's last name. Butcher? Yeah, that's right, Ray Butcher. Jim.
I just thought that was pretty funny. Here we are, lap 3, and Curtis doing good right now, and I'm still checking. I'm still showing Chad in 3rd, but that is more than likely about to change. I don't think that's just a problem on my end.
Nah, I'm showing him a lap down, so.
Now we have Wayne Bork in the Osram Ford Falcon, and that one is pretty cool looking paint scheme as well. Marlon McMullen still in his championship paint there in the Power Bond Dayco Ford Falcon. Mark Anderson with the new Kamikaze paint this season. I like the black and red yellow paint this year.
Yeah, sharp paint scheme there for the Kamikaze guys. Really digging the black and red.
And then we got the new SDC Motorsports paints. If for some reason Nigel's is looking funny on mine, but you can check out Marty Carroll's new. And I love the new sponsor for SDC Motorsport with the Sim Pit, Sean Cole's new show. And happy to see that out on the track. That is the sharpest looking car I've seen in a while from SDC. They always have some of the best cars. And man, that one is really cool looking.
Great to see Michael Yo. We haven't seen him in the broadcast race for, well, a good part of last season. So it's great to see Michael Yo in one of the broadcast shows, especially to start off the season.
Yeah, it is. Michael Yo back in 17th at the moment in the Finn car. Ford Falcon looks, he'll get things moving along nicely here shortly. Will Lamb in 18th, 19th, Andrew Green for the moment. Or actually, that has changed. I apologize.
It's my first time seeing Bo Cattell in the race. Bo's up in the 12th position. Giving Martin Carroll a run for his money now as he's looking to go to the inside of Marty, but he tucks back in behind.
Yeah, it was a good little race going on right there, and here they go again down on the inside, trying to make the move through turn one. It's going to be a nice pass for Bo Cattell. Marty Carroll not leaving him far away, though. Marty Carroll gets a nice run out of turn one as he drives it out of the corner beautifully. He'll ride up the hill and through the S there with Bo Cattell right in front of him. We talked pre-race, Kane, about the Marty Carroll really wanting to step it up this season. He probably didn't get quite the qualifying result he wanted. Marty's starting in 14th today and riding in the 11th right now. He's moving up through the field nicely. Man, back out in the front, Kane, here on lap number 5 of 25. Sean Kelly has a nice second and a half lead over John Emerson. And this lead is just staying stable at the moment. But look right behind Marlon McMullen now, right there in position to make a move, to move up into the second spot. Him and John Emerson really giving us a good show.
Yeah, Marlon's definitely got some speed here. He is making sure he is putting that Falcon right in the mirrors of John Emerson.
One of the things I hate to mention, or I should have mentioned pre-race, Kane, is the last 2 races in the Americas that we've been here have been completely dominated by Chad Chastain. This is the first time in 3 races, or 2 races, he hasn't won the pole. And then I hate to see what happened there, because you know how fast he is here. And then a connection issue is what I'm assuming what got him, as he is out of the race. And not the way Chad wanted to start his season.
Trouble for Martin Carroll as Marty and Leighton Fine end up off track. Another little bump there for the guys off in the overrun in turn 1.
Yeah, both cars moving really slow as well. In fact, Marty Carroll will get a quick tow back to the pit lane. And Leighton Fine, trying to check on him. He's going to ride around to the pits. So bad news for both those drivers.
Yeah, tough break for Leighton Fine as I'm hearing this is his return first race back in over 2 seasons, so.
Oh, great. Hey, Kane, got some great side-by-side racing right now. It's between Wayne Bork and Curtis Chipaway, side-by-side, all the way through the turn now, up through this right-hander, uphill right-hander, and it will be a nice move there by Wayne Bork to hold the position very close. Just in front of them now, here comes Marlon McMullen as he starts to put the nose out on John Emerson. John Emerson does a great job and gets a nice jump out of the corner. He'll actually break away. Marlon's going to have to try again if he wants to get around John Emerson. So right here, Kane, we have two great battles for position. I'm telling you what, though, Curtis Chipaway had the jump. He definitely had it, and somehow Wayne Bork was able to ride it out side by side, door handle to door handle, and save the position. That's fourth place they're battling for.
Curtis Chipaway, he's, like I've mentioned before, this is his first, well, he was back last night for a race, but this is his first season back in several seasons off.
Oh, we got big trouble, Kane, up back through the field. I'm trying to find out who it is. It's big time trouble, and I think that's Bo Cattell went through the pits. I can't see who it was. Hold on, trying to get through all these cars, because we got cars in the pits everywhere.
Dave Oliver was one of them. Some big trouble for Dave Oliver. Let's see if I can bring him up on a race recall replay and see exactly what happened.
Yeah, Dave Oliver in the packaging, that was it right there. Man, tough break there for Dave Oliver. He got loose coming out of the final turn, Kate, and we've seen this before in old races. And Dave Oliver in the packaging and more Ford Falcon hits nose first into the inside barrier wall right there by pit road. And that was a hard hit.
I love to see Bo Cattell. Bo Cattell seeing the trouble up ahead. He's like, you know what? This is the perfect time to pit. And you see him go ahead and duck down into the pits. And
yeah, we had several guys come down pit road. Nigel Baines was one of those drivers. I had several. I'm trying to see who else chose to come down pit road. Sam Collins, that was another one. So Bo Cattell, Sam Collins, Leighton Fine was still went to pit road after his incident, and those are some of the guys that have already hit pit road.
JD, I am so happy to have my pit stop overlay back to be able to see who's hit the pits and what their times were. I've been missing this for the last couple weeks, so
now you know how I get to do it. I'm telling you what, it is tough without it. It really is.
Well, we got some overlays up on the screen. Let's go ahead and check the gains and losses and see who's had the best race so far. Michael Yo is coming up as one of the top gainers. He's gained 7 positions to make his way, 8 positions now to make his way up in that 9th position. Andrew
Michael's
Green's
got a side-by-side battle, Kane, right now for position. Sorry to cut you off, but this is a great battle. Michael Yo right there with Andrew Green, still side-by-side, going up through the hill. Something's going to have to give when they get to the top, as Michael Green will get the pass momentarily now here on the inside. Can Michael Yo get the jump? No, he will have to settle for 9th place there. Sorry, buddy, had to Kermit the Frog there, and Kermit made the pass there. Andrew Green's Kermit car. I love it. Oh, here's Michael Yo on the inside, Kane. The Fincar Ford Falcon has made the pass, and there's another position for Michael Yo.
Yeah, great move going out of the carousel. That's a fantastic job for Michael Yo.
So Michael Yo will continue to make his way up through the field. Both Kamikaze racers are racing together right now. You have Michael Fulcher in 7th and teammate Mark Anderson in the 6th position. We've seen them do this time and time again, Kane. They'll get right beside each other and they'll work great together moving up through this field.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same things. How many times have we seen this in the past where both these drivers will be one right after the other and make their way through the field and have a great finish?
Curtis Chipaway and Wayne Bork still going at it back here for the 4th position. This battle ensues. In front of them, still going at it, Marlon McMullen and John Emerson. As John Emerson tries to break away, he's got a little bit of ground made up, but every time he does, Marlon McMullen finds some speed somewhere and gets right back on him.
Emerson's starting to pull away now. He's got several car links on Marlon McMullen, and that may give him enough breathing room to where he can start making some time on Sean Kelly for that #1 position.
Here in it's lap 8, or go ahead and say lap 9, and this is how your top 10 looks. Sean Kelly, followed by John Emerson in 2nd, Marlon McMullen 3rd, Curtis Chipaway in 4th, Wayne Bork in 5th. In 6th, it's Mark Anderson with teammate Michael Fulcher in 7th. Bones Filand up in the 8th position right now with Mike Yo in 9th. Andrew Green rounds out the top 10. And there, Michael Yo and him still going at it, Kane.
Leighton Fine's still in the race, finds himself in the 12th position. Tough start for Leighton Fine, but he's still in it, and the Overclockers Australia Ford Falcon.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Marty Carroll is not on the track at the moment, Kane. I think his day may be over. The same can be said about Dave Oliver as well.
Bo Cattell having a tough race so far today. He finds himself back in the 15th position.
Well, Kane, remember, he took that pit stop, too.
That is true.
Yeah, so he already has his pit stop out of the way. He was avoiding that accident because he was coming up through the field quite nicely there.
Yeah, and there's still 12 people who haven't taken their pit stop yet, so we'll definitely be curious to see where he ends up after pit stops. Pit stops typically, the pit window is generally between lap 10 and I guess probably 16, 18. But several of these drivers getting it done quite early today.
Yeah, the one to go ahead and get it out of the way, take some of the pressure off. Marlon McMullen back up there with John Emerson now. Only about a car length separates the two, and they're heading through the carousel right now, and that is where John really accelerates. And Marlon hangs with him, though. I'm telling you what, Marlon really starting to put the attack moves back on. He's right there with him. The two-time defending champ right there with John Emerson, and these two really going at it. In the meantime, Curtis Chipaway back in the 4th position, and he had a heated battle going on there, and I'm trying to see what happened to his partner in crime there. They were battling for position. Wayne, he's back in 7th. Wayne Bork was the one that was battling with Curtis Chipaway. Okay, is that what it was?
Yep, I'm seeing him on the pit deal, a 12.4 second pit for Wayne Bork.
Good deal. So Wayne Bork in the pits and back out in 7th position. Not too shabby. Well, guys, here we are, lap 10 of 25, so 15 laps do remain. And here at lap 10, we should start to see a few more cars starting to take the plunge towards pit road and go ahead and take care of business. In fact, that's exactly what we see, as here is the 4th place driver, Curtis Chipaway. He heads down pit road right now. He's being followed by Mark Anderson, both cars in the pits right now.
The John Emerson Marlon McMullen battle is still super hot. Marlon McMullen goes to the inside of John Emerson into the carousel, side by side as they go through the carousel into the straight. John Emerson is going to have the advantage going into the left-hander.
How about this? Mike Yo and Andrew Green been battling it out for quite a while, decided to pit together, so that won't break them up. They're in there at the same time. It'll be fun to see who wins this battle off pit road, and it looks like Andrew Green will get off as he gets out of the box a lot quicker than Mike Yo.
Marlon McMullen is seriously turning up the pressure this lap as he has put his nose in several times on John Emerson, trying to get a move done here.
He's right there with him, Kane. He keeps going to the inside if he can, trying to get in there and force John Emerson to have to either let up or try to do a risky move to stay in position. This is really fun watching this, and it's heating up, as you said, over the last lap and a half. It's really been getting quite dicey there, and something's going to give here shortly.
Marlon McMullen into the pits, leaving John Emerson out. DN leader Sean Kelly.
This is the most important pit stop we've seen yet, as Marlon McMullen's pit stop is very, very critical, because this could determine 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th place for Marlon. He looks to get in the box okay, Kane. It is kind of a slower stop, it looked like, but it's hard to judge.
Check with leader Sean Kelly to see if this is going to be the lap where he'll pit.
And
Still got
there's
about half a lap to go.
Marlon McMullen is checking out. He's back out on the track, and he'll pop out right in front of Wayne Bork. Really close right there. Big jump for Marlon McMullen. That was close, Kane. I'm talking close. And they are bumper to bumper. That was a risque move to jump out in front of Wayne like that, but it paid off.
Well, that was a heck of a game for Wayne Burke. He was back in the 5th position, and now he finds himself effectively in the 4th position. So he's the pit stop to get ahead of ahead of Chipaway.
Good Lord, I thought he lost it all. Wayne Bork sliding, and that was a scary move for him. He got really loose on the back end, but kept it under control. That beast was getting sideways on him. Leader Sean Kelly rides up towards the start-finish line. Won't be pitting this lap. Neither will John Emerson. That is very impressive for Marlon McMullen. Remember a little earlier in the race, Leighton Fine had an incident with Marty Carroll. He's in the 8th spot right now and looking really good. He's found some speed again. Right behind them, though, good battle between Sam Collins and Nigel Baines. These two really going at it, and there's Nigel's paint. It finally clocked in there for me. Nigel Baines with about a 3 or 4 car length. He's really it's really growing through the straightaway here, heading in down towards turn 1. Nigel Baines in the 8th position. After a funky start, he's looking really good.
Curtis Chipaway finds himself over 4 seconds behind Wayne Burke, who he had been battling most of the race with. So the pit stop's definitely come in play here today for Curtis Chipaway and Wayne Burke. Wayne Burke having an exceptionally fast pit stop, and Curtis Chipaway having a little bit slower of a pit stop. It definitely moved Wayne Burke up quite a ways.
How about Bones Filing back up there? He's in the 4th spot. I know he hasn't made his pit stop yet, but still. Back there, up there in 4th, looking good.
Yeah, I do like the new altitude paint schemes. They're I just really like them. They really help us be able to
they look great.
To be able to tell the difference between the drivers. And it's definitely a step ahead for those guys. The paint schemes look fantastic.
Boy, it could be trouble, though, for Graham if he doesn't get a little bit more speed as a fast Marlon McMullen coming up in a hurry. All right, Sean Kelly out in the lead still. He's got a little over a 5-second lead over second-place driver John Emerson here on lap number 14. Back in 3rd, it's Michael Fulcher. At Michael hitting the pit road, Michael Fulcher making his way out of the pits. Let's see where he ends up on the track. He might see a little bit of company from Nigel Baines and Sam Collins. It's going to be side by side coming out of the pits. Down on the inside, Michael Fulcher right there with Nigel Baines. Nigel has the momentum because he has coming out of turn 1 hot. Oh, buddy, and real tight there as Nigel pulls ahead of the Kamikaze race team. Now going outside, look at this. This is a killer battle with Sam Collins and Nigel Baines. Look at this, Kane. 3 cars right here battling it out. Being on the outside is going to hurt Sam, though. He's got to find an inside here, and it's going to come up on this turn.
That's going to shuffle Michael Fulcher back into that 9th position. But great effort by Mike Fulcher coming out of those pits side by side and just trying to hang on.
Yeah, that was really nice. As soon as I saw him coming out of the pit or starting to hit the pit yellow line right there at the end of the pit exit, I said, oh gosh, this is going to be close. And I knew it was going to be close, but I did not think it would be that tight. Big effort right there from him. You have to respect the effort that he put up there. Just great driving by Nigel Baines there, and also Sam Collins. Both drivers really putting on a good performance right now. Sean Kelly has lap 15. You got to think he's got to be starting to think about hitting pit road. John Emerson as well. Both drivers have not made the pit stop yet, so it'll be interesting to see what those guys will do. Now Graham Filand Bones, he is in the pits right now, Kane. So he is it's only getting down to about 2 cars, I think, that have not made their pit stop. That's Sean Kelly and John Emerson, I believe.
That is correct.
And it will be interesting to see what their strategy is on their pit stops. We'll find out real soon as Sean Kelly's making his way around the second half of this track. Boy, he really has just a nice, comfortable lead at the moment. He can afford to go into the pits, and I think that's what he's going to do. No, sir. Looks like he's going to stay out another lap, Kane.
John Emerson, same story. He's going to stay out as well.
Yeah, these drivers, both of them, just staying out, and I tell you what, inching ever so further away. Sean Kelly every lap is just a little bit faster than John. Not much, but just a little bit faster, and that is allowing, well, he was almost a second faster. In fact, he was a second faster this past lap. He actually gained an entire second. That's really, really fast lap for Sean Kelly.
7 seconds ahead of John Emerson. John Emerson is really fast here, and that just really is speaking volumes for Sean Kelly and his speed that he's got on this track today.
If you're just joining us, guys, little quick race recap. The race got off to a really good start. Everything was going very well. We had a third place running Chad Chastain have a connection issue, we assume. Car disappeared, never to be seen of again, and his day is over. And then we saw an incident with Marty Carroll and also Leighton Fine, and Leighton Fine able to get back out on the track, no problem. The day for Marty Carroll unfortunately over. Then a little bit after that, a few laps later, Dave Oliver gets loose, loses control coming out of the final turn, heading towards the start-finish line, and hits the inside retaining wall, and his car gets really, really destroyed there. He hit head-on really hard, or it might have been able to continue. Dave Oliver's day is done as well, and that is pretty much the story to this point, other than the fact that we've seen Sean Kelly dominate this race ever since the green flag dropped 17 laps ago.
Dominating is definitely what you would call it. He has pulled ahead by 7.5 seconds now over second place John Emerson, who has great speed on this track. So Sean Kelly definitely just on fire today.
Well, you got to look at this, Kane. If you take Sean Kelly out of this race, now I know that John Emerson hasn't taken his pit stop, and neither has Sean Kelly. But let's just say Sean Kelly doesn't show up for the race today. John Emerson has a 40-second lead over the next driver. Even with a pit stop, that's still a lead, so still a pretty big lead.
I would say around 20 seconds.
Yeah, so John Emerson just dominating as well. Problem is Sean Kelly's been just a little bit faster, and over the accumulation of 17.5 laps, that is what you get.
Marlon McMullen has really started to pull away from Wayne Bork in that Dayco Falcon. He's gained over 2 seconds now ahead of Wayne Bork. Matter of fact, Curtis Chipway, who had gained some time on Wayne Bork, has fallen back now to over 4 seconds behind Wayne.
And the hybrid racing simulations car of Sean Kelly will not pit this time around either. So another lap goes by as Sean Kelly decides to stay out. John Emerson, wow, really came hot around the final turn there. The back end, I thought it was going to scrape the wall, but he kept it off nicely. That's just how fast John flies around this track. He's always on the verge of about to lose grip. But you know the old saying, loose is fast.
Samuel Collins starting to catch up to Nigel Bain here for that sixth place position. Less than half a second now between Nigel Baines and Sam Collins.
Yeah, these two battled really hard earlier. We saw it when Michael Fulcher came out of the pits, and really I thought I was going to break those two up. All it did was push Michael Fulcher back 2 spots, and now Nigel Baines and Sam Collins continue to go at it, and it's fixing to get even tighter again, just like it was a few laps ago. Oh, and then we look a few cars back. Bo Cattell on the fly again. Now, Bo Cattell in the tag pest management machine. He's riding in front of Mark Anderson there. He's currently in the 9th spot here on lap 18 of 25. We've seen him go up, and he made an early pit stop. Gets a little loose and bumpy coming out of the first turn on exit. And looks good now, though. And he's trying to get up there and catch Michael Fulcher here. He's going to run out of time, though. So much is such a short race. We only have a few laps remaining here in this first race of the season. Sean Kelly making his way around the track now, up in the lead still. Let's see if he decides to hit pit road this time. He will. So the leader goes into the pits, and now the question is, what will John Emerson do? He'll follow. No, he won't. John Emerson stays out, and that should get him to lead a lap here, depending on where Sean Kelly is when they cross the finish line. Yep, John Emerson officially leads that lap 18, so John leads the lap today. And here comes John Emerson. Here's his time. Here's his chance to try to make up some time in hopes that Sean Kelly has some trouble in the pits. Sean gets in the box okay. He's got the very front pit stall because of his pole qualifying, and he's off in a hurricane. That looked like a pretty good stop to me. What's the time on Sean Kelly's stop?
14.3 seconds. That's pretty average.
Not too bad when you have a 7.5 second lead going into the pit. That's really nice. And now it'll all come down to what John Emerson does in the pits. It'd be nice if John could stretch it out another 6 laps. He could win this thing. I just don't know if he can do that kind of fuel saving. It'd be about impossible.
That's going to put Sean Kelly over 7 seconds ahead of Marlon McMullen now. So that's going to be the official distance there, because all the drivers have pitted other than John Emerson.
I mean, Kane, what if John Emerson really could save fuel for that many laps?
You know, John Emerson is the champion of saving fuel, but I don't know. I was told there's just no way to save. 25 liters is what they were saying that you'd have to be able to save in order to make this thing without.
Wow.
And that would be some serious saving, and I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, here he goes into the pits now, Kane, the most important stop. Oh, man, did he get down and off speed in time?
That was pretty close.
That was really close. He came in super hot. I know he's trying to get every 1,000th of a second he can here. And now he's on the pit road. Let's see how this goes into the box here for John Emerson. This is very important for John Emerson. He needs a stellar pit stop to get any help that he can to have a chance at winning this race.
Sean Kelly is officially going to keep the lead. It's going to be between Marlon McMullen and John Emerson. Marlon McMullen looks like he is going to get that second place.
Yeah, he is with ease. And John Emerson now in 3rd place. And I don't know what the pit stop was for John Emerson. It didn't look bad.
No, it was a 13.8.
Yeah, it's faster than Sean Kelly's, our leaders. But the advantage that Sean Kelly had put on in the first 17, 18 laps is just too much. And now it's going to be a nice battle between Marlon McMullen and John Emerson. Marlon really did heat up.
That shows our error in counting how long the pit stop was going to take. We was guessing that he'd still be about 20 seconds ahead, and he's actually behind. So that was a big error in guessing how long it would take to get in and out of the pits.
Well, I think the problem is we count the actual pit stop, and we didn't count enough of the actual getting up to speed. We just counted going in, and then once you're out, you're out. We didn't think of getting back up to speed, which is several seconds. So maybe that was our error.
Maybe, but I think that we will see. We've got 6 laps to go. I think we could still see a great battle here between John Emerson and Marlon McMullen, although it does kind of look like Marlon might be pulling away from John.
Yeah, possibly. John Emerson doesn't seem to have the pace. No, he has a great pace, but it's just Marlon has really heated up here as of late. He is really showing why he's the 2-time defending champ in the V8 Supercar Americas series, and long way away from first place came, but looks really well. And Sean Kelly has got a 7.6 second lead over Marlon McMullen, and we only have 4 laps to go.
Still a great battle back here for the 6th position between Nigel Baines and Sam Collins. Sam really doing a great job staying with Nigel and putting some serious pressure on him for that 6th position.
Yeah, this is a great battle for position right here. Sam Collins and Nigel Baines, these guys are about as equal as it gets on this track. They have been just mirroring one another's speed all afternoon, and they the battle between them shows. Now Mark Anderson's right there with him, and it's a fun little battle to watch. Or excuse me, not Mark Anderson. I apologize, Mark. That's Michael Fulcher, and Michael Fulcher's right back there. And look at this, Sam Collins could make a move on the inside if he could have got a big jump through there. Problem is, Nigel ran it beautifully.
Another battle still back for that 11th position, still battling Michael Yo and Andrew Green.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog Mobile, I love it. It's been battling with Michael Yo all day in the Finn car Ford Falcon. These two really going at it, and I tell you what, it's going to be awesome to see if Kermit can pull ahead.
Leighton Fine's catching up to these guys too. That could make a 3-way battle here for that 11th position.
Yeah, remember early in the race, Leighton got in the incident with Marty Carroll at the first turn, right on the exit of turn 1 there on that 90-degree right-hand turn. It's very hard turn, and it's got that long runoff area. Thankfully, that kept Leighton Fine in the race, but unfortunately the contact was just too much to take for Marty Carroll. Kane, I would love to see the real world V8 supercars come to Watkins Glen.
That would be fantastic. I would absolutely love that.
It's just such a fun track in this car. It's fun to watch. It's such a fun track to be at.
I was really disappointed to hear that they didn't come to America this year because COTA had another scheduling and they weren't able to get the track. But I would have loved to have seen them come and go to one of our other
Road
tracks.
Atlanta. Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta would have been a great track.
I would have been very happy if they would have tried to have come to Road Atlanta. Of course, all the West Coast guys are hollering for their tracks, and Watkins Glen up there in New York is going, hey, we would have taken them in a heartbeat. But they'll be back in this year, my friend. They're supposed, or not this year, 2015. They will be back in America, and they are saying they will be back at COTA, and there will be the Austin 400 again. So that's exciting news.
Yes, very exciting news.
Something to plan, put on the calendar. I'm going to have to go to that one. Here on lap 23 of 25, Sean Kelly passes the start-finish line, and this guy is on a tear as he's already headed through turn 1, and he is leading this field to could be a first victory of the season. We can't call it yet. There's still plenty that could happen, but right now looks very promising for Sean Kelly. Now in second place, Marlon McMullen. In third, back there, John Emerson. Back in the fourth position, it's Wayne Bork with Curtis Chipaway in fifth. Nigel Baines still holding down the sixth position with the battle with Sam Collins in seventh. Michael Fulcher not far behind as he rides in eighth. In the Tag Pest Management machine, it's Bo Cattell. He rides in ninth. Rounding out our top 10 and battling hard is Michael Yo in the Finn car Ford Falcon. He's followed by Andrew Green in the Kermit machine. And hey, Kermit is right there. I thought he was going to make a pass but didn't get the run. Behind him in 12th, it is Leighton Fine. Samuel Raymond is in 13th position in the Carolina Ford Falcon. And Will Lamb rides in 14th. And back in 15th in the Altitude Volvo, it is Graham Bones Filand, followed by Mark Anderson, who is unfortunately off the track, Kane.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Mark there, but yeah, tough luck for Mark. I was really hoping to see him do well tonight.
Yeah, me too. His teammates looking okay up there in the 8th position, but not quite the start I was thinking out of these two.
It's a tough field tonight. It really is. There's a lot of fast guys here.
There really is, and I'm really proud of Marlon. He looks like he deserved to be the defending champ right now. Riding up there in second position ahead of John Emerson, Wayne Bork, Curtis Chipaway, Nigel Baines, and making it look easy right now. He's up there. When he's got a little gap above John Emerson, he makes it look like it's easy to be that far in front of John Emerson. That's extremely hard here at Watkins Glen. Here it is, guys, lap 24, and this time by, the white flag will be waving for leader Sean Kelly to give us one to go here in the first race of season 2, or excuse me, of, yeah, that's it.
Yep, you were right. First race of season 2
of 2014.
That's right. So excited for the second season too. This season is just going to be stellar.
Yeah, it's going to be a really big season for the Americas series. We've really seen this series grow, and this is really going to be a big growing season for the Americas, especially with the unfortunately hiatus of the broadcast for the Australian series. The Americas series is the only one broadcasted right now, at least for the first half of the season, we know for a fact.
Sam Collins really working hard to try to get some position on Nigel Baines. Nigel just being the Iceman and not even being affected by all that pressure.
No, and that's one of the big things that I was mentioning at the end of last year. Most improved driver by far to me, Nigel Baines. He really grew as a driver mentally, and it shows big time right here. Well, guys, go ahead and get ready. The white flag is out. The final lap here at Watkins Glen to kick off our season. And Sean Kelly with an 8.47 second lead over Marlon McMullen when he passed the start-finish line.
That's right, on board with Sean Kelly for his last lap here, as we'll ride along with him to victory.
Now that's pretty cool right there. Now as we're on board here, look at this awesome straightaway here, extreme speeds. He's going all the way up to 172 before getting on the brakes, and this famous carousel here at Watkins Glen. Now heading towards the boot area here, or what they call the boot, as this left-hander here. As you can kind of see the elevation, but it really drops more than you think there, Kane. It's a nice elevation change. And then you're going to go right back uphill as you hit this bottom part of the hill on a big right-hander. This is a tough turn for a lot of drivers. It is for me. You can get loose right there if you drive through too hard. You don't wash off at speed, you'll be in trouble. Here is another strong right-hander, and this is a tough turn for me as well, Kane. It's something about it. I don't know what it is. And now, as we finish off the boot here in just a second with this left-hander,
this is probably the toughest of the whole track. I was about to say
it caps off that little boot, and it is such a boot. We'll say that because kids show, we got to keep it family friendly. And then finally, here it is, guys. Another tricky turn as we saw earlier with Dave Oliver. The final turn, and your winner here in the first race of Season 2, 2014. Sean Kelly wins the race at the Glen.
Whew, Marlon and John Emerson got all crazy there. I thought for sure one of them was going to lose it, but they both held on to it. Marlon McMullen comes across in second, John Emerson in third, with Wayne Burke finishing in that fourth position.
Yeah, here comes Curtis Chipaway in fifth with Nigel Baines leading that little battle with him and Sam Collins all the way to the start-finish line. They'll finish 6th, 7th, and 8th with Michael Fulcher. Here's Bo Cattell now, who's trying to make his way around for 9th place, and it looks like he'll be able to do so with no problem. Back behind him, it is Michael Yo. Now, we have a little battle here with Michael Yo, Andrew Green, and Leighton Fine here to see who's going to...
That was a serious drift by Bo Cattell. I thought he was going to lose it, but he held on and showed some serious drift and skill.
We got a nice three-way battle here with Michael Yo, Andrew Green here for the finish. Now, it's all up to Mike Yo through this final turn. Andrew Green had a little run there, but he's going to not be able to get it as Michael Yo drives beautifully to the finish line. Good job. Michael Yo finishes 10th, Andrew Green 11th, and Leighton Fine comes across 12th. Then it'll be Samuel Ryman in 13th with Will Lamb back in 14th. Bones Filan should cross. What's he doing there? In 15th. And not finishing the race today, Mark Anderson in 16th, Dave Oliver 17th, Marty Carroll finished 18th, and Chad Chastain 19th. That is how the race finishes here at Watkins Glen. What a way to start off the season, Kane.
Yeah, our winners already jumped out of the server. We didn't get to witness any fancy donuts or anything, but congratulations to Sean Kelly. What a fantastic drive.
It was, and I want to get in a driver already here. I want to get in Marty Carroll to talk about what happened in this first race of the Season 2 of the 2014 year. Marty, do you have a copy with me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, boys.
It's always good to have you. Marty, I know you wanted to get a big start here off to the new season. I know you're looking forward to Season 2, but wasn't quite the way we wanted to start it. Tell us a little bit about what happened out there with the incident.
Oh, just blatant forgot to brake going into one. It just drove straight into the back of me. So it was unfortunate that he turned me enough to hit the wall and broke my steering and bent my rear axle. So my race was done. So there goes an easy top 10.
And that's a tough break, Marty. I know we were looking forward to getting a big start there, but we got to look ahead. I remember back, and all I can think about is defending champ Marlon McMullen and the way that his season started out. He started out with a terrible finish, just like what happened there with an incident, got wrecked out of the race when we started at the Canadian Tire. And then the next week he was not able to race. He was missing race 2 and got off to about the worst start he possibly could have. And then from then on, he went on to get on just a killer tear and ended up winning the championship. So keep your head up, Marty. I know you got it in you, buddy. This is going to be your season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not putting my head down just yet. So it is round 1 of Season 2 for 2014. So it's just unfortunate for the boys. I'm not sure what happened with Chad early, but with 3 STC cars with our proud new sponsor, the Sim Pit, on board, we would have just liked a little bit better representation to kick the season off. But great finish there by Nigel, just outside the top 5, finishing 6th there. So solid performance there by Nigel, and hopefully all 3 of us can put on a better show next week.
Absolutely, buddy. Marty, it's always fun to talk to you, buddy. And congratulations on getting out here for Season 2. I'm going to go ahead and congratulate you on Week 2 because I know you're going to do awesome, buddy. Great talking with you.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys, and great call once again.
Thanks a lot, buddy. And that's Marty Carroll, everybody, driver of the SDC Motorsports Ford Falcon. And a disappointing race for Marty, but we know that he'll be back strong. It's races like that that really kick things off for the season and kind of gets things turned around. Here goes our winner of the race. Let's bring in our race winner. Sean, congratulations on a fantastic and dominating performance. Sean Kelly, everybody. You got a copy, Sean?
Yeah, hey there, guys. How you going?
Oh, it's going great, man. Tell us a little bit about that race there. Really just a dominating performance, and you got to feel great about that.
Oh, I certainly do, because I hadn't been able to do many races early on in the year, and I was pretty amped for this season, so put a bit of time in, put a good quality, and yeah, the race car was awesome. So yeah, looked up the tyres, and yeah, really enjoyed that.
And it really was fun to watch. We've seen the past two races here in the V8's Americas series. We've seen Chad Chastain literally dominate this race. He's won from the pole both times at the Glen the past 2 seasons. We get John Emerson finishing right above him in qualifying, and then here comes you in front of both of them. That was very impressive. And then the way you drove today was just even more impressive. So congratulations, and what a way to start this season.
Yeah, cheers. Those guys will be strong all throughout the season, and yeah, it should be a good season ahead. And yeah, thanks to TTR and new sponsor Hybrid Racing Simulations. They do some pretty good bits of kit, so definitely want to hop on their Facebook page and yeah, see what I got in development.
Awesome, Sean. Well, thanks a lot for coming by and having a chat with us after the race, buddy. We look forward to seeing more from you next week.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, let's hope so.
Absolutely, buddy. Thanks a lot. That's Sean Kelly, everybody, driver of the Hybrid Racing Simulations Ford Falcon. Until next week, take care, Sean. All right, now let's get in here. That's a big race for him. What a great race. Let's bring in the second place finisher. Finished a close race battle. John Emerson, everybody. John, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, mate. How you doing?
Doing good. Now, John, always, as Kane said earlier, you're always an extremely dangerous racer at Watkins Glen with just an unreal pace here. And you had a great pace all race long. Sean Kelly just seemed to have a little bit faster pace than you today, and over the 25-lap period, it just seemed to be a little too much there.
Yeah, Sean was flying from the start. Like, I was actually chatting to him the whole way through that race, and we were having a chat about going up through the S, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my car feels great," and I was like, "Oh, mine feels terrible." So that was a big difference there. He was just making heaps of time on me up through there, and Marlon, geez, he's come on pretty strong lately. Far out. It was putting me under the pump that whole first stint, and then he pitted, and I was just having a chat to him then, and our different pit strategies was the difference in the end. He took tyres and I didn't, and I probably should have. And yeah, he got the jump, and yeah, no, it was a good drive from him too. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. John, we were talking as you were actually right before your pit stop, as you were one of the last ones to pit. You were the last one to pit, and we were talking, and me and Kane were kind of estimating where you were coming out. We said, oh, well, John should come out about 7 seconds ahead of Marlon. And I don't know if he just turned it on or what happened. He came out right in front of you, and me and Kane were just way off. So I was like, where did that come from? He's found
I was monitoring his distance behind me after he pitted, and I was like, geez, he's putting in some big laps. Like, he was, a good second faster for probably about 5 laps there, and I was like, oh, geez, I think I've fluffed it here. But yeah, so it was a pretty good drive from him there, yeah.
But all in all, great start to the season, John. A podium finish here at the Glen, and it's always fun watching you run here, man. You're always so fast. It really is a thrill to watch. So,
cheers, fellas.
Absolutely, buddy. Anybody you want to thank?
Oh no, I'm just cruising along by myself now at the moment. Yeah, TTL is still my team, but yeah, no, just thank the other guys for the good race. I guess that was pretty good.
Good stuff. Sounds good to me, John. Best of luck to you, buddy, and until next time.
Yeah, thanks, fellas.
Absolutely, buddy. And that's John Emerson, everybody. A great race from him today. Finished a podium spot there in third. Let's talk to the guy that finished just ahead of him, just shy of the win today. The 2-time defending champion in the V8 Supercar Americas Series, Marlon McMullen of Power Bond Racing. Marlon, how are you doing today, buddy?
Good, guys. How about yourself?
Man, doing fantastic, Marlon. There you go again, showing us why you deserve to be the 2-time back-to-back champion here in the V8's Americas Series, buddy. Another great run here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, thank you for that. I seem to have continued form from last season, so that's a good start. But other than that, I knew there would be a little bit more competition coming in this season, and I saw myself when I qualified. I was sixth. I was a little bit dejected out of that, so it pushed me on for the race, and yeah, there we go. We got a second at the end, so I didn't expect that, and had a really good battle with John throughout the whole race, and I thought I'd try and undercut him in the pit stop and take 4 tyres instead of the 2 tyres which everyone else was taking, and yeah, at the end of the day, it worked out just a little bit better for me.
Yeah, it did. I was really I didn't know about that till we were talking with John, and it really did show the tires paid off for you. So a great call for you. Not only just a good drive, but a great decision. A lot of people don't realize when we sim race, we're not only just driving, we're our own crew chiefs and engineers and everything else. We have spotters. We have to be all that sometimes. And that's one of the things we discussed with Sean Cole when we were talking to him the other day. But it's such a you're an entire team at times, and it takes a lot. So that's a very impressive, good call, Marlon, and it showed a great way to start the season off, bud.
Yeah, cheers, thanks for that. I guess racing for so long, I mean, you're sort of solo at the end of the day, so you make your own decisions. And I did a race yesterday, and I used it as a bit of technical practice. But I knew if I came in a couple of laps earlier, I knew I had better pace than John. I'd definitely get the undercut on him. But I was a little bit shocked when Wayne was right on my bumper when we came out of pit, so he nearly got me, and that would have ultimately changed the result at the end. But other than that, it worked out perfectly at the end of the day. So I'm really happy that it worked out as well as it did.
Man, I tell you what, buddy, Watkins Glen we kick it off with. Next week we head to Sonoma, which is a unique track, but one of my favorites. I don't know why I love that track so much, but I just do. And it's really going to be interesting. So best of luck to you next week, Marlon, and congratulations again on a great way to come back off of the defending season there.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for that.
And that's Marlon McMullen, everybody, driver of the Power Bond Dayco Ford Falcon, and a beautiful job today getting a podium finish in second, and really, really performed well. Now let's get in here another driver who I thought had a really good day, and that is Nigel Baines of SDC Motorsports. Nigel, do you have a copy with me, buddy? Maybe we'll come back to Nigel. He may be away for the moment.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a minute. There he is. Nigel, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. I apologize there, guys. I forgot I had to press that button. How you doing, guys?
Doing really good, buddy. And what a way to start the season there. A big start for SDC Motorsports as you have a new member on the team, Chad Chastain, welcomed to the SDC Motorsport family. And it was really exciting to see what he could do. He qualified third the past 2 times we've seen Chad in the V8 Americas race here. He has won both in just dominating fashion. And unfortunately, I think a connection issue got a hold of him. And then an unfortunate event for Marty Carroll as he got into an incident with Leighton Fine. And so really good job carrying the team, Nigel, finishing in 6th place today. And good race all in all. I thought you had a very good battle with Sam Collins there. You battled him pretty much all race and never let it get to you. That was really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, obviously it's a little disappointing to see both Marty and Chad not have things go quite the way they wanted there. But, it's early in the season, long way to go, and we all know those guys will pick it up and run strong for the rest of the season. So yeah, it's great to have Chad on board. There's a lot been happening for SDC Motorsports in the off week, and new liveries, new sponsors with the simpit.com coming on board, and V8 Supercars New Zealand as well. So it's all happening, yeah, we're looking pretty strong for this season.
Yeah, it looks really well. By the way, the new liveries look amazing. We went through a lot of the new cars at the beginning of the race, and boy, they look really good. And you just keep up the good work, Nigel. Very good racing we saw from you last season. I know it's just going to carry right on over to this season. And with the addition of Chad Chastain and Marty Carroll getting back into form, you guys should be a real force to be reckoned with. So we look forward to seeing you guys at Sonoma next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Like I say, I haven't had a lot of time this week. Like I say, the team's been The team stuff's been keeping me pretty busy, so I think it's the only race I can run this week too. So we'll take those points, and we'll look forward to Sonoma.
Absolutely, buddy. Thanks a lot for coming and having a chat with us, Nigel. It's always a pleasure talking to you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that is Nigel Baines, everybody, of SDC Motorsports, and he had a fantastic event over week 13. Great event we talked about a little earlier in the race. Really good event put on by SDC Motorsports, and it was really fun doing that. Let's get in here. Dave Oliver for a minute. I want to talk to Dave. Dave, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, Dave Oliver, we just started a new season, so you know I'm doing good. I love getting back in the broadcast booth and watching you guys do this awesome racing each week. It's so fun. We missed the heck out of it last week, but it's good to see you back out on the track. Just an unfortunate event there coming out of the final turn. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, like I pretty much got caught out, especially where how you don't get penalised for not using the full yellow line to go into the pits, and I think it was Samuel in front, slowed down too much. Well, he was going into the pit, so he had to slow down anyway, but he kind of balked me, and so I kind of had to turn a bit left, and then by the time I got back onto the gas, it just hooked the thing around and into the fence.
And that is no fun. We've seen that happen so many times in that same spot with other drivers and other races. And it's so unfortunate, and you were actually running a really good race. I hated to see that, but I know you'll pack it up and get everything tuned in for Sonoma next week, and we'll really look forward to seeing how you do out there, buddy.
Yeah, it should be good, and especially, I don't know, definitely because this is now kind of, the main broadcast race, it just feels like, the intensity before was at about 8, and now it's been turned right up. Now you got a lot more faster guys coming in, and it's just going to be a lot harder to get decent results. And it'll be be flipping awesome for you guys, because you guys are going to have massively awesome battles all the time, and it's going to be great for the series. But it's just now it's just a case of we can't rest on where we were these previous seasons, and now it's a case of you're going to have to go all out to get a decent result.
Dave, that's an excellent point, and that's very true. This series has grown and grown and grown, and I think I was telling Kane, it's just going to continue to, as this is pretty much the main broadcast now for a little while anyhow, for the V8s, and so we ought to see some real talent, joining. The talent we already have is amazing. So when you bring in even more, it's just I just can see the battles now. We already had some great ones tonight. You'll see, I'm sure, when you go back and watch the broadcast, all throughout the field, not just at the front. I'm talking middle, back, everywhere. It was just an awesome race all the way around.
Oh yeah, even at the start of the race, it was full on, even compared to yesterday's race. Well, I think I got fourth place. So, but anyway. Onwards and upwards. Look forward to the next few rounds.
Absolutely, buddy. And it's such a pleasure to talk to you, Dave. Best of luck to you at Sonoma next week. Can't wait to talk to you, buddy.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely, my friend. And that is Dave Oliver, driver of the Packaging and More Ford at Falcon. A great job today, except for one little incident there that cost his day. But things like that happen, and it's so unfortunate. And let's get in here a guy from the Kamikaze race team, Michael Fulcher. And Michael had a phenomenal Season 1 2014. We kicked off to Season 2 today, and Michael Fulcher finished in 8th place today. Mike, what's going on, buddy? You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, fellas.
All right, excellent, buddy. A good day, a top 10 for you to start off the season. Not too shabby at all. Got a lot of big names out on the track, and I thought you did pretty well today, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I did a few qualifying sessions, and I was happy with the time I got. And had a look at the grid before we gridded up. Couldn't believe I was in 10th. There's some seriously fast boys out there today.
Yeah, there really is. They're starting to get a couple aliens in here and running those crazy out-of-this-world speeds, and it's just unbelievable to watch you guys out there. I tell you what was fun to watch. Michael, is when you came out of the pits, you came out right there with Nigel Baines and Sam Collins, who were already in the midst of a great battle. And you were right there with the two of them, and you guys had a three-way battle for a long time that was really fun to watch.
Oh man, that was pretty intense. I'm glad you caught that. I'm glad you saw that. So yeah, some great action there. I came out side by side with Nigel, and I think we were side by side for the next 2 or 3 corners. And coming onto the straight, I had the nose just up on the outside of him, and yeah, he made that thing pretty wide. I had to back out of it because it was going to end in disaster. And then. Yeah, just great battling from there. I couldn't get close enough to them. I was running with them, but they drove really well.
That's awesome, buddy. Well, it was super fun to watch, and we pack it up and head out to Sonoma next week. So I know that you'll be getting ready to practice and be looking forward to next week at Sonoma, buddy. So pleasure talking to you. Anybody you want to thank?
We're running the same sponsors and the same team as last year, so just like to thank them, Racecrafters and my teammate for his work, and once again you guys for the excellent broadcast. Really looking forward to this whole season.
Well, we definitely appreciate it. We look forward to it as well. Kane and me are your biggest fans. We love watching all you guys each week, and we can't wait to bring it to you live next week as well. You guys, I love Sonoma, so I can't wait for it. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, buddy. Best of luck to you next week, Michael.
Thanks a lot, guys. See you there.
Absolutely, buddy. That's Michael Fulcher, everybody, driver of the Kamikaze race team. And had a great race today. I thought he did very well. Let's get in another driver I haven't talked to in quite a while, Mike. Yo, Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on? It's good to talk to you, buddy. It's been quite a while since I've had a word with you. And I'm telling you what, each time I see you, you're getting better and better, Mike. A great race today, a top 10 finish. And got to see you in quite a bit of battling with Andrew Green in the Kermit Mobile. Y'all two put on a really fun race.
Oh, that was sensational, Jody. Yeah, Andrew was nice. I must have been the same as him, just nervous as hell, but just going for it. And I was hoping that Bones would come out of the pits at the same time. It would have been a four-way with Leighton there, but yeah, that was a great race.
Man, that was really fun to watch, and we got a lot of coverage of it. It was really fun to watch you three. And boy, if Bones would have jumped in there too, I don't know what I would have done. That had to have been nerve-wracking enough just with what you had.
Yeah, no, it was great. I knew Andrew was trustworthy in that, and obviously he trusted me, so it just worked out beautiful. It was a wild race and close and tough. You just couldn't make a mistake, otherwise, we'd just be past each other. But there was room, and it was really, really good 25 laps.
That's awesome, Mike. Now, I tell you what, we see you here in Season 2, Race 1 at Watkins Glen. Are you going to be back for Race 2?
Yeah, if I can. I just got into the Porsche a little bit, so had a bit of fun there, and I didn't really like the new tyre model on the Falcon. I couldn't get to grips with it, but now that it's dropped back, yeah, I've sort of been given no choice as well. My computer crashed a couple of times, frozen screen, it dropped me back to a C grade, so I can't race the GT until I get back to a B.
That sounds like some v8 Supercar Americas action to me, Mike.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Hey, buddy, I hope to see you, man. It's always fun watching you race out there, and always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for that, guys. I had a great time. Didn't get to qualify. Started 17th, so to finish 10th, I'm absolutely stoked in the top split.
Absolutely, and I believe you're our biggest mover today. At one point in the race, I know you were because we've had it on the screen. But big day for you, man. I thought you did fantastic. So best of luck to you. I hope we get to see you next week at Sonoma. It's a tough little track, and it'll be fun to see how you do out there.
Yeah, we'll give it a crack, and if I can get down there, I'll definitely be there. But thanks for all that, and wicked, I got the biggest mover. Awesome.
Absolutely, Mike. Take care, buddy.
Cheers, guys. See ya.
Absolutely. That's Mike Yo, everybody, in the FinCar Ford Falcon. A great day for him. Let's bring in here our good buddy Bones, Graham Filand. What's going on, Bones?
Hey, how you going, boys?
Fantastic, buddy. We just started a new season. You know I'm happy. That was a great race. What a way to start the season at the Glen, man. That is awesome. Great race by all you guys. A lot of good close racing all over the track, in the front, the middle, and the back. Everybody had some kind of action going on today, and it was just a great way to start the season. Really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, the Glen really does offer some good close racing, and yeah, before the pit stops with me, Michael Gow and Andrew Green had a pretty good battle. They were battling behind me, which sort of kept me in front, and then I decided to pit late and not take the tyres, and then I changed my mind to take the tyres and just stuffed up my pit stop completely. I ended up I'm changing tyres while I'm going into the pit, and had a really 15 seconds too long in the pits. And
it happens, buddy. Don't worry. It was fun. And you know what you did really well? Got all the way up to 4th place at one point. I like to see that. I know that you hadn't made your pit yet, but still, it's good to see you get up there. It does boost confidence, and maybe next week you'll get up there and lead a lap. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, you're winning races. So just keep it up.
Yeah, I had Bo Gattel coming through the field there, and I thought, he's behind me. I said, we'll have a little bit of a side-by-side race for a couple of corners, and then I let him go. But it felt good to be battling with Bo.
Hey, of course it does. He's such a phenomenal racer, and when you're sitting there battling side by side with him, that's got to show you something, Bones. You're doing good, man. You're doing something right. So just keep up the good work. We head out to Sonoma next week. That's one of my favorite little crazy tracks. I love it. As you know, I'm a big NASCAR guy, so I love both the NASCAR road road courses. Glen's probably my favorite, but I do enjoy Sonoma. So I'm really excited to see the V8s out there next week.
I might be able to get and do some practice. So I started practice this morning, so for this week. But it's a track you can sort of pick up pretty quick. But Sonoma, I'll have to do something during the week, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely, buddy. Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, Bones, and I'm happy to see you start the season up here in the top splits where you belong.
Yeah, it was car number 18, I think, was it? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It was a really good high split, like 3600 iRacing, which is probably one of our highest for the Americas. So that's a pretty good split.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm proud of that. That's something to be happy about. And shoot, yeah.
All right. So thanks for keep up the good work.
You take care, my friend. I look forward to seeing you next week. We always do. And congratulations on starting a new season, man. And we look forward to some big things from you, buddy.
Yeah, no, enjoying it. And yeah, just if I can make the top split the way it's going.
Hey, you're doing it though, and that's all you got to do is keep doing it. That's where you belong. That's where you belong, is in the top split, man. You're racing with these boys, and that's all that matters.
I think the second split, from what Jim said, was a pretty good race too. So
yeah, I'm about to bring Jim in here and have a little chat. In fact, I'll bring him in now. I'll bring him in with you here with us. Let's bring in Jim Davey. Jim, you have a copy with us, buddy?
Hey, bud.
How's it going, Jim? It's good to talk to you, and I brought you in here on the show just to talk to you a little bit about what happened. We want to know, all the guys that are viewing want to know a little bit about what happened in the second split tonight.
Well, it was a lot of, as typical, really respectful racing. I had a blast tonight. It's probably, I'd say, the most fun I've had in months in the V8.
Awesome.
Probably helped by the fact I started 12th and I was 4th by the end of the first lap.
That'll do it. That sure will.
And yeah, I mean, everything went pretty well. I remember hearing one incident where somebody tried to make an optimistic pass. I forget who it was, but other than that, yeah, everything was really clean. Everyone had a lot of fun in the second split, and I was pretty happy. It was Mark Pickett won, Mike Budzian was second. I came in third at the end. It was a great time.
Excellent. That's good to hear, buddy. And yeah, thanks for stopping by to have a chat with us. I love to hear about what happens in the second split, because unfortunately they're at the same time, so we can't watch both of them. But it's great to know what happens because there's some just phenomenal drivers in that second split, and we don't get to see them every week, so it's nice to know what happens.
Just a bit of an
Yeah,
announcement there,
it was
JD.
great.
Sorry, I was just going to say that, with the breakup of Can-Am, we've got Jim's going to drive for us this season, so
Oh, how awesome
he's
is
going to
that?
represent us. So yeah, we'll get Jim into an altitude Volvo skin straight after this, and
That is some awesome news, man. Congratulations, Jim.
Yeah,
happy
thank
to
you,
have
thank
him
you.
on board, and good driver, a good bloke. So well and truly welcome. So welcome, Jim, and get this skin to you straight after Australia.
Yeah, his Bones there, he has issues with his email and stuff like that. He doesn't know how to use it.
it's a Aussie. We're still
Bones,
chucking rocks.
the altitude livery that you had on tonight looked really good, though. The blue and the charcoal silver looked really good.
Yeah, no, I've sort of been working on the cars different throughout the through the break, and yeah, we've all got a different colour, but same thing with just a little bit different colours, and yeah, the chrome came up really good on the side. I was really happy with that.
Boy, it really did. It looks fantastic, and man, just keep that thing shined up. Get one out there for Jim, and we'll be set to go. We'll be at Sonoma next week, guys. It's good talking to both of y'all. Good luck practicing all week, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week, boys.
Yeah, thanks, JD.
Top seat.
Absolutely. And that's Jim, Davey, and Bones, everybody. Both are drivers Altitude Volvo team now. That's awesome news. And we look forward to seeing what happens from them all season long. And, Kane, that's about it for the show tonight. Anything else you want to throw out there before we hit the road?
I'm here. Trying to get my button to work here, but yeah. No, what a fantastic race. That was just amazing. Brand new start to the season. Perfect track for starting the season off. And the race went well. Great battles all throughout the track. I'm excited. Really excited to go on to Sonoma. These guys are doing a phenomenal job. So we're going to see some exciting racing next week. Sonoma really does tend to have some really close, exciting racing. So I think next week we're really going to see some fantastic racing.
Hey, I do too, Kane. It always provides some entertainment for sure. It's a tough track to some, and or a tough track to most, really. And it's going to be fun to see. I love that track, and I can't wait to get out there. But what a great race for Sean Kelly. I just want to congratulate him, and then go ahead, Kane.
Yeah, congratulations to Sean Kelly. That's true. I didn't mean to interrupt that there. But I did want to mention that v8 Supercars Americas has their own Facebook page now. So look them up and make sure you check out the Facebook page for the v8 Supercars Americas series.
Yeah, it's awesome. They've been needing their own Facebook page, and I'll need to go on there myself since we broadcast it every week.
Also want to mention that a new episode of Short Shift came out this week, so
it did, and it's really good too. You guys have to go and check that out.
Great driver interviews. They had several driver interviews this week, so great episode. So make sure you go to the v8 Online's Facebook page or to the Short Shift's Facebook page and check out the latest episode of Short Shift. It was awesome to watch. I hope we start seeing these things a little bit more frequent as they have a little bit more time on their hands. So maybe we'll start seeing these things come out more often.
Yeah, Kane, I think we'll start seeing them on a consistent basis now. Now that they're not tied up with the broadcast every week. That really takes up a lot of time. I know that you know that from us doing our 2 shows every week, but it really does. It takes a lot of time to put these shows together, and so it makes it really tough when you're trying to make an episode of Short Shift. It makes it really tough. So I think now we'll start to see it on a little more consistent basis, and it'll help the show grow. The more consistent they are, the more people know when to tune in and watch it, and it'll be great. So it's a really great show. I love it. and I'm happy to see it going to start to grow. So make sure you guys are aware of that. And in the meantime, we want to mention that you guys make sure you come out next Wednesday for our NASCAR iRacing Series broadcast. We're going to have a very special show. And Kane, tell them a little bit about what's special on our iRacing NASCAR show next week.
That's right. Wednesday on our NIS Road to Pro broadcast, we will have an encore interview with Sean Cole of thesimpit.com. He'll be coming on to talk about how the broadcast episode that we did last week, how that interview went over, how the overwhelming support that he received from the community.
And
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and he's going to be talking about a lot more about the actual show, and it's going to be awesome. He'll be talking a little bit more about SimPit, some things that he was not able to talk about quite yet last time. He'll be able to tell us a lot of new information, some big stuff, so guys aren't going to want to miss out on that. It's going to be really a very exclusive interview, and it's going to be awesome for the iRacing community. And, Sean Cole's a big supporter of iRacing and big supporter of our broadcast, so we're happy to have him again. We're very thankful, so you guys don't want to miss that show, and we'd love for you guys to stay for the race as well. It's such a great series over there, the NASCAR iRacing Series. We've seen several road drivers come over to the NASCAR iRacing Series and hold their own, and maybe if we get a couple of viewers from the roadside to go over there and watch, maybe it can spark some interests. And we'd love to see some V8 drivers jump into a stock car and go over there and show those guys that you know how to drive those things. So that'd be really fun. But make sure you guys tune in. It's Wednesday, and the show kicks off right around 9 o'clock Eastern time. And you guys don't want to be late. I'm sure we'll have plenty of information up on the forums in the NASCAR iRacing Series forums on the iRacing forums, so you guys look out for that all week long. And Kane, is there anything else? Because that's going to be about it for me tonight, buddy.
Yep, that's it for me too. Yeah, see you guys next week.
Absolutely, guys. Well, for V8's Online, I'm JD Smith and Kane Kraft with me all night. You guys take care. We'll see you next week from Sonoma.